Yeah. I think David and Sheila are my runaway stars for 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, season 6. I really do. It's just so good. It's so good. So anyhow, there we go. There's all the latest on 90 Day Fiance, the latest episode before the 90 days. Love to know all of your thoughts, please, always. Okay, let's move on because we have lots to cover here. Oh, Jasmine and Gino. I knew there was somebody else. I was, and Statler. Oh my God, Statler and Dempsey. I don't know. Statler is like, it is almost comical to watch Statler and Dempsey. You know, they're the lesbian couple on the show. And Statler like complains about everything. You know, she's like freezing. She's out in, the UK. Or she stays at a hotel and she's, upset about the location of the toilet because she'll be pooping and then trying to like have, hot sex with someone. It's like Statler is. Now, Statler opened up this past week in the episode talking about the trauma that she has from childhood and being adopted. I understand that. But Statler is a Debbie Downer compared to Dempsey, right? But I don't know. Sometimes opposites attract. Jasmine and Gino, I'm over it. They do not seem like in love. This couple seems like every couple we know that stays together far too long and then ends up splitting up anyway. They just do. They don't seem compatible to me. I really enjoyed the dynamic last year. I completely agree with Gino. I get a little bit. I know people aren't like really fans of Gino, but I get it. Like Gino essentially giving her a hard time because she was wearing a ring that her ex gave her. Yeah. If Gino did that, oh my God. There'd be a fight in the street. There'd be tears. There'd be her hairpiece coming out. I mean, everything under the sun. Anyhow, I like this season though, Before the 90 Days. It's kind of keeping me going. It's keeping me entertained. Speaking of 90 Day Fiance, Natalie Morditsova. She's been on my podcast, by the way. And you know what? Screen Rant, do your research. Screen Rant just dropped a story because fans are very disturbed with the fact that Natalie has now launched an OnlyFans after she said she never would. And one of the things that people are upset about is Natalie is looking smoking hot on her OnlyFans and has lost a significant amount of weight. And Screen Rant has the audacity to put out a story this week and say that Natalie has never spoken about her weight loss and if she's ever done Ozempic. Screen Rant, eat my ass. I had her on and she did discuss this. I asked her point blank if she's ever been on Ozempic, and she said no, she didn't even know what Ozempic was. She says that she spends 2 to 3 hours every day or every other day in the gym, and she eats like salads all the time. Anyway, she gave a complete rundown of her weight loss journey. It's on the Sarah Fraser Show. You can go and Google the episode. It happened about 2 months ago, and Natalie was on. People are upset about her spelling online because apparently, and Natalie talked about this on my show. God, Screen Rant, listen to the Sarah Fraser Show podcast and subscribe. I have like every famous 90 Day Fiance person on. Okay, her goal is to be in a Marvel film. So she recently posted a picture and tagged Warner Brothers, but she spelt it Warner, WORNER Bros. And people were calling her out and upset about this. Okay. The girl didn't know it was Warner Brothers. You know what? I mean, that could happen to me in a heartbeat. I have a problem with then and then, then and then. So anyway, people are saying that why are her morals compromised? She's changed a lot since joining the franchise, and now people are questioning Natalie's religious beliefs because she promised to never do OnlyFans, and she has an OnlyFans. Honey, it's that cash. You know what? They got to make their money. We're on like a SAG-AFTRA strike out here. You got to make the coins while you can. All right, let's thank a couple of sponsors, by the way, to the Sarah Fraser Show. Guys, I love you. One of the biggest feedbacks I get on my reviews on my Apple Podcast reviews. You should go read them. They fucking crack me up. I love when you guys leave a review. But the biggest thing I get is most people like the show, but they're like the ads. There's so many fucking ads. I tuned into you once. I never will again, bitch. So many ads. Okay, guys, this is my full-time job. And I give you 7 free podcast episodes a week because I don't know about you all, but I really don't want another subscription in my life. I hate subscriptions. I think they ruin lives. I don't want you to be subscribing to my podcast. Just listen for free when you want, anytime you want, on demand, and frequent from one of my sponsors. I would love you for that. Please be so amazing. Purchase from one sponsor and then just like swipe on. I do many sponsors. 80% of my listeners are female. So I try to get you guys female-based products that you actually really love and enjoy or you need. Today, I want to thank Boston Hernia. I love Boston Hernia. Go to bostonhernia.com/TSFS. 25% of men, 10% of all women will have a hernia in their lifetime. It is one of those surgeries that can lead to the longest and most difficult chronic pain. And often the surgery has to be repeated if it's done by someone who is not a specialist in hernias. Often our doctors, when we have a hernia, recommend us to doctors who are general surgeons, not experts in hernia. Not when you go to bostonhernia.com/TSFS. They accept almost all insurance. They see patients nationwide. Even if you don't live in the Boston area or can't get there for surgery, they will do a telehealth meeting with you and help you find the right surgeon in your area. Don't wait. Go to bostonhernia.com/TSFS. I just got a 1-star review on Wednesday. Get your details correct before discussing. I don't listen to your podcast, but do listen to Behind the Velvet Rope. You drive me nuts with how much details you get wrong when discussing other people's stories. Then you run with it like it's fact, and you try to analyze a situation when you don't have the correct facts to make the analysis. All right, well, give me an example, asshole. Drive me nuts when people do that at work and on my podcast that I listen to for pleasure on my way to work. Sounds like you have a work problem. I cannot listen anymore when you are on with David. You need to pay attention more to the details you're discussing or don't discuss them at all. 1 star. See, there you go. 2 stars, not coming back. From June 15th of this year. At first-time listener here, I couldn't even get through the million ad sponsor messages. Seemed like that took up half the show. Next. 1 million ads. That would be great. You know how much money I'd be making if I had 1 million advertisers on this podcast? God, that'd be epic. We can only pray. Anyway, thank you guys so much for your loyalty and for frequenting my sponsors. It's my full-time job, and I love giving you all the content that you want nonstop and my hot takes on TLC every single Wednesday. Let's move on to 1,000-Pound Sisters, and then we'll get into Sister Wives. So 1,000-Pound Sisters, I was one of the first people to report that 1,000-Pound Sisters had halted filming a month ago. And we have some new developments courtesy of yahoo.com and Tammy Slayton. So I told you they were filming in Florida, Amanda, Tammy, and Amy. They got into a giant fight. The fight was so bad, so toxic, so physical that they halted filming altogether. Very rare to do. People said to me, well, Sarah, there's a strike going on. The strike doesn't impact reality television. Okay. These reality stars are not members of unions, even though every single TLC star should be calling Bethany Frankel right now and getting on her campaign to get unionized because they are taken advantage of so much. Now, filming stopped for a couple of weeks, but has now resumed, according to yahoo.com. The physical fight between the sisters did cause the filming to stop, according to a source. They took an 8-week filming hiatus, but cameras are going back up. Now, Tammy, I'm still blocked by Tammy on TikTok. So I only know this when people send me videos because I am too busy to start a Finsta. I just don't care that much. I love these shows. I love being a fan. I love the people on them for sharing their lives with us. And I just bring you funny takes every week that hopefully you can relate to. So I'm not going out of my way to create fake accounts to try to find what's going on with these people. But people did send me last week that Tammy Slayton had said, we haven't seen the end of season 4. Now, season 4 wrapped months and months ago, okay, this spring. What does she seemingly mean? Now, this video was posted and then taken down shortly thereafter. It was put up Friday, July 28th, so very recently. She told fans that her wedding was a 2-part thing, so it made season 4 have more episodes. So we have a part B coming out in December, on December 12th, and then it was deleted. Well, of course it was deleted because I'm sure the network doesn't want to know that. I don't know. I mean, I have never heard of this. I have never heard of because, season 4 of 1,000-Pound Sisters debuted like last November of 2022. I have never heard of them waiting a whole year and then doing a part 2 of a season. Maybe Tammy knows something we don't know, but this would be a first. I would think if anything, they're running a special. Maybe they're doing a part 2 wedding special, and then they're kicking off season 5. But Tammy seems to imply that we are getting a season 5. And we're also getting a season 4 part B of her wedding. Tammy's also come forth recently and said that on July 2nd, via her TikTok, that she's going through the stages of grief, that she and Caleb were having problems, but she was hoping to work it out. And now she will never get the chance as her fiance passed. So they are filming again, guys. Good news. Good news there. I love that show. I really do. It's like probably my all-time favorite. Hopefully she unblocks me by this next season. God, we can only hope. All right, let's read some comments because we're also live on TikTok. She said that the season wasn't over yet, that her wedding was a mid-season break. Yeah, thank you, Laura, for writing that. That's what other people have told me. I just have never heard of a network airing a part B a year later